You know, we made over 400 videos now. I worked out using very sophisticated maths that I've spent over 250,000 hours making these frickin' videos. That's a lot of hours. And in that time, it's taught me quite a lot. Like, imagine being entirely self-loathing and then having to objectively watch 250,000 hours of yourself pretending to be charismatic and interesting while deep down, you know, you're just a boring, ill-educated, middle-aged white man with no GCSEs and heartburn. It's not easy. And all the time I've been making these videos, all my mates have been climbing up the corporate ladder, and now they're all partners and specialists and rich. That said, not one of them has been seen rubbing shoulders with the likes of Tanya Burr at a Michalaks press event. That crown is mine and nobody can take that away from me. Besides, none of them are really happy, so that helps me sleep at night.
Never in a million years would I have thought that this would end up being what I did for a job. Naturally, I'm quite an introvert. I've never really been extroverted, which I think surprises a lot of people given that I've spent the last 9 years putting out parts of my life on Instagram and YouTube and being quite open about those moments and putting out some really raw moments as well, like giving birth and talking about hormone struggles and just life events. So yeah, it's a weird place to find yourself in as an introvert.
It's not all bad. I've captured countless moments in time that our family and future generations can relive. I often wonder, like, what my granddad was actually like. You know, what was he like as a person? Well, grandkids, if you're watching, now you know. A bit of a dick. I suppose the best part of making these videos is that over the years, they've become a sort of therapy, in a way. They help me to untangle all of the things I'm dealing with and then lay them out in a way that makes sense. They've helped me come to terms with losing my dad. Those of you who've ever lost somebody will know that grief is a really powerful force that gives you a choice. You either succumb to it or it just haunts you for years. And making these videos have helped me to succumb to it.
I have so much to be thankful for in this job. I've met some of my best friends in this job. I've been given opportunities to travel the world, which I never thought would be available to me, and to be able to show my kids parts of the world that I would never have thought that I would have got to see, and see them experience it as well. It's just really special.
It's so crazy to think that it's been pretty much 10 years now, 10 years of doing this. I just want you to know that I'm really thankful and grateful for every single one of you that is here right now, that's pressed play, that's subscribed to us, that's liked our videos and commented and supported us in any way over the years. We're truly grateful. I don't honestly know what we would have done in life without you. I mean, I'd be rich, but I don't know what Hannah would have done without you. And while I'm thanking people, I want to thank our managers, Alexandra, Louisa and Lily. Yeah, they're just an integral part of our lives. I guess, finally, just thank you to all the brands who've worked with us. A special thanks goes out to our main sponsor, Sky. I don't think they will ever really know how grateful we are for them, They sponsored us over lockdown when all the other brands kind of just cut all their marketing spend. So our main artery was just cut, and we had about 18 months to 2 years of just being in a really difficult place. It got really close to the wire at some points. The lockdown just hit us really hard, as it did a lot of small independent businesses. So Sky was like a lifeline. They were like our lifeboat that just managed to get us through those choppy waters. So I don't think they'll ever really realise how grateful we are, but we are so deeply and profoundly grateful to them. Another downside is they give this guy a voice.
You're just a bit of a twat.
Yeah, he's my inner critic, ever present. But I've kind of learned to love him in a way.
Rufus, over there's a magical building. Do you know what's inside it? A magical crystal. What is that? It's called super crystal, and it always saves the day. How can it do that? Because it's powerful and it's alive. The whole house begins to fly up with loads of crystals. And our house? Avoid me, no have a house in it.
I think the very best thing about doing this job is that we have so many family memories recorded. This is really important to me just because I have the worst memory. So to have all of those tiny little pockets in time and those moments all stored, ready for me to watch whenever I want to, is absolutely priceless. I guess it kind of all stems from having always kept a journal, and I suppose the video and making videos kind of came as an extension of a journal. It's also taught me a lot about if there's something you want to do, then just diving right in and not making excuses to why you might fail.
"250 hours of making these videos have further galvanized to me the fact there is no past or future. There is just the now. And the now is all that matters. The now is all that will ever matter. All of these shots, all of these fragmented moments composed into binary are all part of that now. And they're as much as this very moment as they are the next. Another great part of this thing that we do are the messages that I get from you lot, telling me how these videos help in some small way, that they sometimes alleviate senses of anxiety.
Ready for school all ruffled. Wiping from my autumn face. The kiss mum put in place. And so I wore her heart on my sleeve. On the duffel coated weaving. Don't kiss me, Mum, I say. And she'd say,
That's lightning fast.
don't kiss Mum, please.
I guess most importantly, making these videos have taught me that nothing lasts. So you really should appreciate it while it's there, which I know all sounds really basic bitch, but it's kind of true. They taught me that nobody is ever truly right or wrong, that truths are dynamic and ever shifting. They've taught me that compassion is the single most important thing that we have as humans. It's taught me that Adobe 22 is a pile of shit that doesn't work and has wasted countless hours of my life. God, I could go on all day about the pros and cons of this thing. But yeah, the truth is, if I peel it all back, the truth is I'm deeply and profoundly in love with it. And I'm incredibly grateful that you're here for the ride.
Artemisia in the morning, silver green or bloom, adorning held within each sage you whirl, a diamond dewdrop glowing born.
Last year I did something. I started a tradition. I decided each year I was going to ask Rufus 15 questions. So when he was 3, I asked him 15 questions. I'll link the video down below to where we did that. But I'm going to ask him the same 15 questions now he's 4. So take it away, Ruba.
Question number 1. If you had £1 million, what would you buy?
I would buy a phone and a watch and also a pizza.
How long does it take to get to America?
15 hours.
Not bad. What does Mum always say to you?
Love you.
What job would you like to do when you're big?
An engineer and a builder.
Here's a hard one. What's the capital of England? It begins with an L. L.
London.
Good boy. Where do babies come from?
Mummy's tummies.
At what age do you become an adult?
$20.
If you could change one rule in your family house, what would it be?
No slapping the table.
No slapping the table?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could be a superhero, what superpower would you have?
Electric.
You'd have electric power.
Yeah.
What would you do to save the planet?
Don't put oil, wet wipes and things in the toilet.
Good answer. If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
Good. How much does it cost to buy a house?
2,000 money.
Why do you think you should be nice to people?
Because you might hurt them, then they might hurt you.
What does love mean?
You care about somebody very, very much.
Good boy. What are you scared of?
Nothing.
What is so important to you?
Going to school.
Going to school. Thanks, Rufus. I'll see you next year for another 15 questions.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Grayson bought his first guitar last week. He actually bought it himself by making... I'll show you, look. These. He's made 50 limited edition prints of a slingshot that he made, which he's selling on my fine art print website called Grace and Ashes. I'll link it down below. Hannah recently worked with a company called Go Henry, who give kids these prepaid like credit cards and this financial education app. So we filmed him buying his first guitar as part of that campaign.
Hello there.
Can I buy that black guitar in the window, please?
Yes, you most certainly can.
The weirdest thing about being a parent is you see so much of history repeating itself. I was only a few years older than G-Man when I bought my first guitar, which was, hold on, this is my Fender Squier Strat, the cheapest Fenders that you can buy. But before we had kids and I had a disposable income, I basically kitted it out with like a Floyd Rose handmade bridge and these Seymour Duncan pickups, and yeah, it basically like put a Ferrari engine in a banged up Nissan Micra. What I'm trying to do with Grayson is I'm trying to kind of subtly teach him how to be an entrepreneur. So teaching him how to cultivate an idea and then turn that into something tangible, and then how to market it and how budgeting works and all that kind of stuff. It's a bit like the blind leading the blind, if I'm honest. But yeah, he's been begging me to like buy him this battle pass on Fortnite because he's into that right now. And I reminded him the other day that he could just buy it himself because he has his own money now, and he was so happy about it that he could do that. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's bought one of his prints. Oh, and thanks to Go Henry for working with Hannah on Instagram. If you've got a kid that you'd like to teach about money and how to manage it, then I'll link Go Henry down below. Yeah, Hannah and I have been talking a lot about what it is we want to do with our lives moving forward. Like, I feel like it's time to re-establish our why, and you know, take some time to figure out what our why is and why we're doing what we're doing and stuff like that. So I think like what we want to focus on right now, I'm going to sound like a worthy twat here, but what we both really want to focus on is working on things that make a positive impact in some way from a mental and physical health perspective. So Hannah's doing her weekly yoga classes on Zoom, helps people find balance by bending over and shit. And I've just fine-tuned Want Feed into a sort of place that you can go to find things that help enrich your life in some way, from personal trainers to psychotherapists to houseplants to art. I kind of want it to be a wellness site, but the issue is I just can't stand the term wellness. It just sounds so limp, doesn't it? I want to create a platform that's got a bit of edge to it, but at the same time helps people mentally and physically, not only with tools, but like with interesting articles too. So yeah, I'm trying to be an edgy wellness site. But I need your help, actually. I'm looking for a community manager to help me run it all. Someone who can write articles about mental and physical health, someone who can run the social side of Want Feed, someone who can come up with campaign ideas. So if you're interested, then look down there in the description for the application. Oh yeah, remember please to tune into our podcasts. We're back doing our podcasts. Our angle, I suppose, is that we don't edit them and we don't plan them. We just sit down and talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, and that could be anything and everything. And I quite like that, because the podcasts that I like listening to are the podcasts where they're just really two friends talking without a plan or a structure. They're just what I like. So, and I like making those with Hannah, because we just sit there and just off we go. But yeah, go and check. I'll link those down below as well. There's lots of links for you today, this week, isn't there? Linking all over the place. I'm linking all over your face. Oh, sorry. I better leave it on that note. Thank you very much for watching. I love you loads. Thank you for being here with me on this human experience. Yeah. See you soon. Bye everyone. Take care. Look after yourselves. Bye.